Nicco, what the hell is Slay the Spire, and why is there a second one?
Yes. Well, I'm glad you asked. Slay the Spire is it's probably the father of all deck building roguelikes. Roguelites rather.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Right. It was like the first one to really pop. Because it predated Balatro, but it popped, and it popped for good reason. The first one, really, really fun game, really addicting game. Obviously it has, its quirks, as every game does, but like the second one just came out in early access, but like it's more or less like a full game. Like they're patching it now for like balance, but like it's really fun. It lets you I find that it's a little more combo player friendly in this one, because they have more characters, and by virtue of those more characters, like their gimmicks are more like combo brain heavy, right? Like I just saw I just saw this like video that was like, yeah, there are three types of like Magic players, right? Magic the Gathering players. There's like your Timmies, your Tommies, and your Spikes. I just saw this on a clip, so I'm just like quoting this clip, but it's like
we're already so in the weeds. Magic the Gathering.
There's people who want. Well, look, I'm just saying, like, and it's the same thing in Slay the Spire. There's people who want to get real big and slam and just do as much damage as possible. There's people who want to like do combos, and then there's people who just like will do anything to win, right? Like regardless of the strategy. And it's like,
well, then there's blue-white players who just want to make you mad,
right? Well, essentially, like Slay the Spire, they have some characters that let you just like get big and smash. They have other characters that are like more combo friendly right off the bat. And I really, really like that. Because I am a combo player. I do not like get big and smash. It's not my preferred play style with cards and card games. I like them when I like to loop a lot of things, and I like to like set things up and watch them fall.
Yeah.
We like a deck that requires a lot of setup. I don't necessarily need to just be like Unga Bunga smash all the time. And so it's cool. It's fun. Enemies are cool. Nothing of note there. It's more Slay the Spire. They crushed it as always.
I think that's my question, because the first game seems like one of those you could play this forever games, in the sense that anyone I've watched ever play it puts like 8,000 hours into it. Is this just more like, would it be reductive but accurate to call it like an expansion pack kind of vibe, or is it really change things up a lot? Like, what's the deal with it being two?
Think of it like a new set with Pokemon cards.
Oh, okay.
They rotated out some cards. They kept some cards. They have new cards. A lot of new cards, like majority new cards. They're still like balancing things. They've changed some cards from the first game. They have new. You also get like relics, which are power ups that are permanent for you, and those are all different. Not all, but like again, it's like more of like think of it as like kind of cycling. Almost.
It sounds like the dev team is taking a lot of what they learned and saying, okay, now we can really make the game that we envisioned all the way back when we made this first one.
Yeah. And also a lot of quality of life improvements to like the UI, and just kind of like general, like the animations are nicer, things like that.
I was genuinely surprised that the art style is the same. I mean, kudos to them for not abandoning their artist. Yeah. But I will say that was probably one of my more harder things to overcome when I got into the first game. Was the art style. I've come to enjoy it. I've come to just kind of like, it's
fine.
There.
It's not my favorite either.
Yeah. But I thought with the money they had, they would have just gone like, okay, well now we can like really go ham with it. But they were like, oh no, we got a guy that we like that does his thing. We're gonna let him do his thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is the more profitable option as well. If you think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's real good. I mean, it also like the progression system is better in this one. In the first one, the progression is like purely character based, whereas this one is like more universal, but it also has specific character based progression. And so it always feels like you're kind of like moving forward and making progress, even if you're like me and you're just ass at the game.
Okay, I got you. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It's a good time, dude.
I know the other big new thing is multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried the multiplayer yet.
Or rather, co-op.
Yeah, I have not tried the multiplayer yet. Seems like a great idea. Seems like they literally did the thing that we want Pokemon cards to do, and they made a commander mode more or less. So that's fine.
And it makes a lot of sense that they would focus more on combos then as well, because that's going to be the fun of playing co-op is comboing your cards, especially with cards like if the other player is playing a different class than you, then all of a sudden that opens up combos that aren't even possible in single player, right?
Exactly. Like they have, for example, there's a card that's like gain 6 block, apply any debuff on this enemy to all enemies. And so if you can like set up poison and like all the other status effects on one character, you can then like spread it around and like multiplayer to my understanding.
Okay.
I haven't played the multiplayer yet, but it is fun. Seems fun. The game's fun. Highly recommend it. If you liked Slay the Spire 1, if you like Balatro, it's
I was gonna say in terms of roguelike deck builders, you've hit Slay the Spire 1 to Inscription, Balatro.
Yep.
Any others?
I played Dice a Million for 30 seconds, but not really.
Well, there's one that came out today that I know Nicco hasn't tried yet.
What's that?
It's called Raccoin, a coin pushing adventure. I forget the exact name.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing the trailer or whatever back when that was like announced.
It's literally Balatro round base bonuses, but one of those coin pusher things you'd see in like gas stations and truck stops.
Crazy,
where it spits the coins out and pushes them forward.
Ever go to one of those arcades that just gives you tickets for like cheap?
I played 20 minutes of that right before we went live today.
Any good?
We'll have to see where it goes. I didn't really understand it, but it sure is just Balatro with a coin pusher. So
how does it hold up next to Ball X Pit?
Oh, I mean, that's a whole different ball game,
Ball X Pit. That's so funny, dude. Yeah, dude. Slay the Spire 2, highly recommend. You should try it.
Okay, well, there you go. Brody.
Hey!
I understand you went and saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie today.
I did not.
Oh, I misunderstood you then.
Yeah. No, I did not do that.
When you said that you've been playing Nine Souls, I think I just prescribed you to have seen the Super Mario Galaxy movie instead.
God. No, I don't value my time. So I'm
So you saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Okay, yeah.
Boom! Damn. People are going to call you a child when I put that as a short.
Yeah.
This child doesn't understand art.
Did he even cream his pants when Foxy McCloud was on screen? I mean, come on, guys. He's from the Roguelite system.
Yeah, I've been finally digging my teeth into Nine Souls after so long, because I bought it shortly after Christmas with some Christmas money, and I've been wanting to play it for a long time, because I've always heard, hey, if you like Hollow Knight, right, like play this game, it's really good. It's maybe a bit harder, so that was like a little scary, and then I started playing it, and just the general movement of that first like 30 seconds didn't like quite hit with me, so I actually like went away from it for a bit, didn't quite come back, kind of knowing that I would do the thing that I do, which was eventually come back to this, knowing now what it is and being like, okay, let me be more, inherently I know what this is now, I can play it, I'm in the right mindset for it, as opposed to just like getting that Hollow Knight recommendation going in, finding out not quite, and
right.
So
I will be trying this game after this call. By
it's
the way,
good. I think you will like it. I'll get into it, but basically, I ended up playing an entire other secondary playthrough, my first ever second playthrough of Hollow Knight, and I did that all just to basically procrastinate on starting this game, and trounced my way through that playthrough and went, okay, maybe I can handle this now. Actually, maybe I can handle Nine Souls, and. The thing that Nine Souls does is much the thing that Sekiro does for other Souls games, which is you will learn how to parry or you will not play the game. Right?
That's kind of why I'm interested in it.
Yeah, and like once I got it down, right, like the second major boss in the game is very much a filter. I think you can technically go and do other things. It is a much more linear game than Hollow Knight, to be clear. It is not quite the Metroidvania side of things that is appealing about this game. It is very much the combat, which is a big part of why I actually think it'll really resonate with you, Nicco.
Who is big thumbs upping right now.
It's not entirely linear, like in the sense that I could have went away and gone and done other things and got upgrades and probably come back. But the game is very heavily like, this is the path we want you to sort of traverse. Like it's very clear about that in no uncertain terms. And so that second boss is the filter of, you learn how to parry or you don't advance. And so I learned how to parry. And it was like I beat that boss and it was like, oh, okay, I'm feeling the endorphins. I'm feeling the good vibes. Like that felt good. That was the first time in the game I think that like it really, really clicked of like, okay, I get it. I think I get it. And I've continued my way through the game. And as I've gone through to the bosses, especially because every single one of these bosses is a parry check. You can kind of futz your way through the normal enemies without necessarily needing to know it, even though you definitely should, and it will help you a lot. But every boss and every mini boss is a parry check, and they all kind of try to do unique things because you're always getting upgrades. Pretty much every time you go to a new area, you're getting an upgrade, and it's not quite in the way of like Hollow Knight where it's by exploration and you find stuff when you find stuff. It's like, no, we're going to give you the upgrade when we say that you need it, in kind of like a Zelda-ish way of, you get the upgrade, the next boss you face is going to be relevant to what you're doing, whether that's now you can dash in the air, or now you can jump more than once, or now you can do whatever. And you have an actual skill system and XP and everything too, so you do have some customization that way, although you will eventually just get everything. And you could technically grind for that for money and XP, but there's no need to, as long as you're not losing a lot of it, because there obviously is that Souls mechanic there where you could lose a lot of it. It's a dangerous game. It's a hard game. It's one of the harder games that I think I've ever played, but it is gratifying because of that. There is one boss in particular about midway through, which is kind of the midway funnel boss before you can kind of like go and do more things, that feels like when on your successful run, it will feel like a rhythm. It will straight up feel like a rhythm game in tune with the music that is playing.
Kind of like drumming.
Right? Kind of like drumming, and it's like that dun dun dun, and you're you're parrying on beat and everything. Like, it's really well done. It reminds me a lot of the end of Act 1 Genichiro fight from Sekiro. That is just like all sauce,
goated.
like
goated,
just pure,
dude.
pure adrenaline, pure dopamine.
That fight is sounding a little Nicco coded. I'm not gonna lie.
Fight is all sauce. You're absolutely right, bro.
Yeah, 1,000%. I haven't beaten the game. I have three. The central conceit of the game is you are this ex-member of a council that was this scientific powerhouse of this nation or whatever. And there's 10 of you, but before the start of the story, you've been betrayed in some capacity, and now it's a revenge story, right? Like, it's a classic revenge story of, here are the 9 other ones, and you're going to go and kill all 9 of them or whatever. And some things happen where maybe you don't end up actually like straight up, kill all of them, but there are bosses associated with all of them. And it's very good. There's a supporting cast and much like Sekiro, also like a hub with characters that will develop as you go through, and you talk to them, and you're rewarded. Your exploration rewards you mostly with progression in terms of these characters, because you're finding items to bring back to them, and then there's like a boy and you'll teach him all of these like different scientific advancements, or you'll give him like a VR headset or whatever, and then there's this other character who every time you give him something poison, he puts it in his body and he spits it back out, and it's actually like healthy now or whatever. So every 2 things you give him, you get health upgrades.
Okay.
And each of the characters have their role and how they will help you upgrade, except for the boy, who is largely there as like a the kind of the heart, the central heart of the story, with your character being very like jaded from everything. This is this one section of being where he's like, oh, I care about this boy, and that's why I'm doing things maybe not as ruthlessly as I thought I might have, or something like that.
Like Kratos. I got you.
Yeah. And so where I'm at now, so 9 soul, it's not souls, SOULS. It's SOLS because it's short for, it's a bunch of cat people, and the name of the species is called the Solarians.
Oh.
And so there's actually 10 souls, but you're one of them, and you have to get their seals to, like, I guess, unlock this central thing that you're trying to destroy, or whatever it is. And each of the bad guys will like taunt you and talk to you throughout their areas, and you'll get like it is a much more talky game than Hollow Knight, right? It is much more straightforward. Like, we are going to throw some paragraphs of text at you in basically like cutscenes, kind of thing. I initially wasn't a huge fan of that coming off of Hollow Knight, expecting Hollow Knight and all of that stuff. But as it has developed, as the story has developed, it's been like really, really good. Like, I'm really getting into it. It's a good, like, every time you beat a boss, you'll get this kind of insight into their backstory, and even though they were like a complete and total like ass wipe to you, you'll kind of see what led them astray and everything. Really well done in all regards. I've gotten 6 of the seals out of the 9 that I need. I think I left off on the 7th boss. Although I think 7 and 8 can go hand in hand. Like, I can do those kind of out of order, whatever. But yeah, it's a really, really good game. If you learn how to parry, like, you have to play the game. But there are other, again, each boss tests this new kind of thing. There's one boss where parrying, much like in Sekiro, where they do have a handful of bosses where they're like, actually, you're not going to want to parry in this one. You're going to want to use, in Nine Souls' case, your dash to like get out of the way of moves, or and you're learning the boss patterns and everything. There was the 5th boss in particular took me 2 days, like two big play sessions to actually beat. She was
wild.
She was rough.
No, I feel that though. I have bosses like that in the Souls games, dude, for sure.
Yeah. But man, like when you get them down on like your successful run, it just feels incredible. It feels so good. And the thing is you'll step into every single one of these bosses going, this is impossible. How would they ever expect me to do this? And within like 5 to 10 tries, you'll get to that, this is doable moment, right? Like,
Thank
you
God.
will have that moment.
We like to hear.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
No, it's really good.
Game. Hand-drawn 2D, if anyone hasn't checked the show notes to look at it yet on Steam.
Yeah.
Yes, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous game. Very geometric, but that is what it's going for, and it's going for this kind of technological, like kind of cyberpunky, but like mixed with, I think they said it's Taoist, right? Like, and they mentioned Taoism a lot in the game. So, yeah, no, I if you like Hollow Knight, I recommend it, but don't go in expecting it to play quite like it. Expect it. If Hollow Knight is like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, right? Like, if that this is the point of reference. If Hollow Knight is Dark Souls or Bloodborne, Nine Souls is Sekiro. Like, that is the comparison. It is a pitch perfect comparison.
Yeah. Dude, sick nasty.
So what do you
Chris,
think?
You've been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing, Chris?
Well, what do you think of the second post-credit scene of the Super Mario Galaxy movie? You stayed to the end, right?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, that's kind of cringe. Because Nicco and I did see it, and we were going to do a spoiler cast right after this with you.
We're going to do it right now, actually.
Yeah. Mario wins.
Mario's in it.
I haven't been playing much. I've still been playing Pokemon Pokopia trademark.
It's okay. Kevin mentioned that yesterday, too. He said he was like, yeah, it took a week of my life.
It's been like that for me, just spread out over like 3 weeks now. When I do get a moment to sit down and play. He sold me on it. That was his pitch when he talked about it a few weeks back, right? It was like, I'm going to make Chris buy this game. And he finally made it sound interesting to me. And he was right. So if you listen to that episode, pretty much everything he said is kind of what I'm feeling. I think sometimes is a little overwhelming in the amount of things you could be doing at any moment, in that I want to do all of it. And I feel like I'm not being pulled in 8 different directions by the Pokemon to go do the various tasks, but I want to go do 8 different things at once. It can't. And that has been mildly stressful to me personally, which is funny because it's very much a cozy, easygoing, no rush game. But it's the mental cataloging of like, okay, well, I need these materials for this thing, for this house, for that Pokemon in this area of the game. And then I've just dug up something that'll actually help me go back to this other area, and I need to go slot this like unknown piece into a mural, and it's like 40 minutes past. I'm like, oh god, I didn't even do the third thing I was thinking about doing because I forgot, because I found 10 other things I could do that were I just did it just to get it out of the way. A fair bit of that going on, so I've been going a little more easy with it instead of longer play sessions. But that aside, it has been a surprisingly charming and emotional game at times. It reminds me of like 30 different things all at once that I like. Maybe the most weirdly is the original Digimon world sometimes, just because there is this element in that game of like, all right, you're in this shitty rundown city with these random Digimon, and then you have to go bring Digimon back to the city, and then they'll build a store or they'll fill out the city and bring some personality to it. There's a fair bit of that going on in Pokopia, and I didn't expect to be thinking of Digimon World, and I like when I think of Digimon World, so thumbs up on that random ass memory coming up from it. But yeah, I think anything that could be said about Pokopia has kind of been said at this point. It's been out for like 3 weeks, I know what you mean though. Like when a game like almost becomes work after a certain point, where it's like, all right, like I gotta keep track of this, keep track of that, and it's like it's not even that it's the game's pressure that it's putting on you in any way. It's more so that it's just like the nature of like, all right, yeah, I have as much time to spend on this as I want, but it's gonna take me, X amount of IRL hours to like cover all the things I want to cover to like make my base better. A little bit of that. Like any disparate task you could throw at you would maybe take like 5 minutes tops to go get the resources. It's just there's a lot of little things you can do. Like I'm maybe like 5 thoughts away from just writing down things I'm keeping track of, so I can actually objectively look at things I'm wanting to do instead of forgetting about them. But that's just more of a me thing. Spreadsheet. Yeah. It's more of a me thing to start going that crazy with it, because there's like no pressure. There's no guilting. Like you won't have a Pidgey run up and be like, man, 8 days ago you said you were going to build me a leaf hut. Like, where you been, bro? Like there's none of that. Everyone's like, every Pokemon is way too nice and kind to you all the time. It doesn't do the Animal Crossing thing where it's like, you haven't been around for 237 days, 8 hours and 48 seconds. That's weird. Good to see you, man. That's my least favorite thing with Animal Crossing. I put New Horizons in after the Switch 2 upgrade, and they're like, 5 years. All right. I'm like, yeah, what do you want? Bob?
Yeah, that's great. I hate when it's like it shames you for not playing it, because Nintendogs did that. If you didn't play Nintendogs and you went back to it, your dogs would be all like neglected and emaciated and like covered in flies.
Oh, that's a lot worse. It's one thing for them to be like, oh, you haven't been here in a while, Mr. Mayor, but an actual virtual dog in disgusting filth.
It was like traumatizing. I stopped playing that game because like I couldn't go back to it and be like, oh my,
just imagine how they are now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's a lot of guilt. I mean, I like virtual pets, right? Like speaking of Digimon, I have the virtual pets, but if you go a few days without feeding them, you just come back to a tombstone and you're like, all right, well, I know what I did here. But in Nintendogs, it's like no matter how long you're gone, you're coming back to like that sad little dog being like, why don't you wash me? Mm-hmm. I can't do it myself. I'm a dog.
Yeah. Right.
It does sound miserable. I never had Nintendogs. I was always like mildly curious, but we had like Yorkies here, right?
The very first one.
What a weird, me too, Brody. What a weird game.
You should bring it back.
Weird. What a strange.
It was definitely interesting. It was an interesting it's for the parents who wanted to get their kid a dog but didn't want to deal with a dog.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing was, you could like in the game, you could like assign your dogs a name, and it would like try to use your microphone to like voice match you, but it was really
true, but
shitty.
It never worked. It never worked.
It was really shitty, and like for one reason or another, it could have been either the microphone's ability to recognize this thing, the software's ability to recognize like what you're saying, or the fact that they're trying to make it that you have to somehow train the dog's AI to like hear you call its name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they never listened, and you can never get your dog to like do whatever you wanted it to do. And so it just like, it ended up being like, why are we even doing this after a certain point?
Sounds like my time playing Hey You Pikachu as a child. That sounds very familiar.
Makes sense to me. Yeah.
This is why the good play is to play Pokemon Channel, where you don't have to deal with that.
Pokemon Channel. Huh?
Mick Yeager.
Go to the Egg Channel and watch an egg.
Well, Egg Channel's great. I mean, I put Egg Channel on YouTube, you know.
Egg.
It won't hatch.
Apparently Nintendogs, according to Mick Yeager in our chat, because we stream these live on Twitch every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, you can just set the system clock to the last day you played. So if you remember the last time you saw your Nintendog, Nicco, you could time travel back and then have a clean dog.
I mean, you could do it with Animal Crossing, where they're like, oh, it's been 3 years. What the fuck, man? And you go, okay, I'll just time travel back 3 years. Then you won't know.
I am not time traveling back to 2009.
Bro does not care about his Nintendog.
Yeah.
If we could turn back time.
They should put him in that new Tomodachi Life. It's coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, true. They should cut the game right now and be like, hold the fort.
I mean, imagine if you could have your little Tomodachi Miis have a little Nintendog, you know?
That's crazy. Like a hyper-realistic one, too. Hyper-realistic dog.
Yeah, just like an actual dog.
No.
You could buy a dog.
That's crazy. That's criminal, bro.
Actually, when you think about it, Nicco, Nintendogs is the perfect product for someone like you, because it's all the fun of the dog and none of the wet.
Yeah,
right.
But then it's also all the work of the now thing I have to be taking care of. It's all the work of a plant. I can't keep plants alive either.
Did you get Nintendo Horse, or did you skip that one?
Yeah, I skipped that one. Yeah.
They had cats. I remember they had like Nintendogs Dash Hounds, and I'm like, I don't.
It's like Pokemon. Yeah, you had to buy the version with the dog you wanted.
Yeah, there's like 8 dogs in one thing, and I'm like, you could put more dogs in one. You don't have to do this. I don't want to be buying like Guitar Hero Green Day pack for my dogs.
I think that was like the direction that I had seen it going in. Like I was like, why? I was like, Nintendogs, the first one, like makes the most sense because it's like the most dogs, and then all the rest of them were like hyper specific, and I was like, what? This is for people who have like the I love my dog breed on like bumper stickers.
I love my sassy Yorkie, and then it's an actual photo of their Yorkie on a bumper sticker. Yeah,
right.
The scariest type of woman in her 60s.
Like, I love my beagle.
Love my beagle. The paw print
tattoo. They had
tattoo.
Nintendo Cats.
I love my Great Pyrenees.
I don't know if they had Nintendo Cats with like the different breeds though, because nobody knows cat breeds.
Yeah, that was like a 3DS launch window game, right? Nintendogs plus cats. I think that was the
right. Nintendogs plus cats. That was
that?
Yeah,
I thought Nintendo Cats was just its own thing.
I think it was, but then that was the Alien versus Predator of these series.
Nintendo Cats is one of the first results in r/Mandela effect. So you might have been Mandela affected, Brody. In your timeline, there might have been.
We might have been Berenstain affected.
The greatest crossover of all time.
Well, you know, most in the third post credits of the Mario Galaxy movie, a Nintendog pops up. I don't want to spoil that for anyone, but I just did.
Fox McCloud is technically a Nintendog if you think about it.
It's a fox. It's not even a canine.
He's a Nintendo cat.
Well, not that either.
No, he's more cat than dog. Like if I had a graph, right? If I went to the Planet Fitness and I was like, this gym, is it more cat or dog? You would laugh and be like, it's a dog, sir. And then I'd go into the gym and it'd be a cat.
Yes, dude. One of my cousins got pet rats recently, and like she knows that I don't like them, so she would like send pictures, and I was like, cool dog though. I was like, cool. I was like, yeah, they're not for me. I was like, cool dog though.
Pet rat.
Yeah.
All right. No judgment.
They're not like
veiled judgment.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like to be fair, they read more gerbil. But they still have like the rat tail that I don't I don't vibe with personally.
Historically, it is well documented that rats make much better pets than like mice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, rats, baby. Who knows?
Rats, baby. Who knows?